Okay, passengers, we'll be making our initial touchdown on Ingersoll, Lockwood. Repeat, Ingersoll, Lockwood.
This is not CNN. This is Ingersoll, Lockwood. Welcome, time travelers, to your future.
So this particular TikTok inspired today's video. I found it on this channel, the name of which I can't say on YouTube. Who on earth is Ingersoll Lockwood?
Okay, I've got something else to show you. I mentioned this yesterday. It has to do with the countdown on this site. Go to Insights and Access, and then at the bottom, do you see the D on Extend in red? When you click on that little red D, this countdown is going to come up. So let's look at the questions. What day was the U.S. Constitution signed, and who was born many years later the next day? Here's your first answer, September the 17th. And here is the answer to the second question, John McAfee. But wait, there's more. When you see empty space on this site, you're going to want to try to copy it. So I did. So let's see what we can paste. TikTok, shall we play a game? Nothing can stop what is coming. September 17th.
So there appears to be some connection to this website and John McAfee. So I'm just going to try to link a network of connections for you, the viewer. So to see who's affiliated with Ingersoll Lockwood, we look at portfolio. The portfolio shows the following websites. So I've learned that American Education Defenders and American Health Defenders, these are web pages that are apparently graded by this company because the Ingersoll logo is at the bottom of each of those. You have Carbon Capture Shield. This is a DJ Nicke enterprise I'll talk about more later. You have a series of cybers. You have Cyber Defense Awards, Cyber Defense Magazine, Cyber Defense Radio, TV, webinars, Cybersecurity Magazine for Consumers. So these cybers are like a network of websites that cross-reference one another. Then you have Malware Labs as a Service and Space Force Labs, Thorium Labs, Venture Capital for veterans only. Space Force Labs is on the Ingersoll Lockwood site, so you can say it's the third affiliated webpage. What I mean is a direct affiliation, like possibly created by. When you click on the Thorium Labs tab, you're taken to this Amazon webpage for a movie, Thorium, The Far Side of Nuclear, which means that this is not a website per se, it's just a link to an Amazon page. The veterans only link goes to Stony Lonesome Group Mission Focused Investing, a webpage created in 2019 based in Tampa, Florida. So naming independent affiliations from the webpage, we have CCS, Carbon Capture Shield, that's one. I look at the cybers as a one giant affiliation, so that's two. I don't count Thorium. Malware Labs, however, is three. Venture Capital is four. Then you have Space Force Labs and these two others, American Education, American Health Defenders. They are directly attached to this website as a direct affiliate web pages, so I don't count them either. So Mr. Dez recently came out with a video. He starts out the video seemingly apologizing.
Okay, so I've been getting way off track from my purpose in all of this. It's time for me to get back to doing what God brought me here to do.
Amen. He proceeds to do an amazing video showing anthropomorphic features somehow supernaturally detailed onto the surface of the earth. And then he follows with this affiliation, which I'll play now.
For this, I want to introduce a company that I've had the pleasure of communicating with since all of this began for me. They are patriots and are destined for great things, and I hope that one day I'll be able to work with them. The company is called Carbon Capture Shield.
I'm excited.
Okay, and then there's an advertisement for Carbon Capture Shield. Because the advertisement mentioned climate change, this triggered a flurry of anguished reactions from Des followers who know that climate change is a magic wordplay terminology used for true government, which is the control of the mind. So Mr. Des responds with a forward from DJ himself explaining why climate change terminology is being used. It's sort of a when in Rome, do as the Romans do type of explanation. But if you're listening to Des's commentary for that portion of the video. He seeks to have a more direct affiliation with DJ Nicke and Carbon Capture Shield, but it seems like it is not yet established. However, he is in communication. All right, so let's explore the thematic elements of this website, Ingersoll Lockwood. So it's easy to surmise cyber defense is a major theme of the website because you have these links listed right below the title on the homepage. These links represent what's in this portfolio listing, specifically these websites that start with the word cyber. So I linked through to the Cyber Defense Magazine webpage, and you see the other cyber websites are put as links as well, showing you this is just a network of web pages. This appears to be a rather active magazine. You see articles 4 written today. Here I link through to Cyber Defense Radio, and you see various programs that were recorded with interviews ostensibly from big data tech CEOs. An interesting thing I note is that this particular consortium of websites has a copyright date of 2021. Going through the Wayback Machine, it's demonstrated that this network of websites likely existed back in 2012. Right now I'm on a March 1st, 2013 webpage version for the Cyber Defense Magazine. Now if you put the Ingersoll Lockwood website into the Wayback Machine, you see a date of 2018 as the earliest date the website information was captured. Clicking through to that earliest date yields this page. It says website coming soon. I clicked a year later in 2019, the same thing occurred. Now the very next recorded web crawler page was in June of this year, which already shows the countdown. However, I do recall browsing this website a month before in May, and before there was a countdown on this page. So I'm wondering if previously archived pages from 2021 were perhaps removed from the page, but I can conclude that the cyber defense web pages appear to predate the existence of IngersollLockwood.com as far as the web archives show. So again, looking at the homepage, you get one sense that Ingersoll Lockwood is about cyber defense based on how prominently this webpage series is displayed. Then you have the other themes. So you have the specific themes that this webpage may have created. So you have health defenders. It appears to be a type of donation page. You have education defenders. It is a donation page apparently raising funds to fight against this CRT, which has been taking over the United States. You have carbon capture shield. It too goes to a donation page, which appears to have an indication that this fundraiser has ended for its creator, DJ Nicke. So we have this enterprise by cyber defense. And we have 3 donation pages to different ventures. And you have these 2 links, which each go to unique web pages. Here's one, it's Cythereal, and here's a second. You have XSOC Corp, Extensible Secure Optimized Cryptography. SXOC Corp was founded on a notion to ensure computer systems and data are protected from external threats. Our approach is through continual and methodical use of better cybersecurity tools. Our family of solutions to protect you and your customers include strong encryption, vastly efficient and secure methods for exchanging keys, and advanced user authentication factors. Advances in these 3 areas have proven to be the greatest impact in reducing cybersecurity risks, strengthening organizational cyber resilience, and mitigating data loss in the event of a breach. Okay, so at this point, it's very clear that cyber is a major theme of Ingersoll Lockwood based on their display page. But then you remember the introduction where time travelers were mentioned. You go to history, and it's on this page where you get the intermingling of Ingersoll Lockwood as a pro-patriot operation to save the world type of venture with the cyber defense series of sites. Ingersoll Lockwood's mission: we leverage what our founders call future vision, where we deliver solutions based on trade secret, predictive intelligence, team technology, a mix of futurist inventions, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, all used for the good of humanity. We communicate publicly on our open source intelligence platforms, OSINT, as trusted media sources. We unleash new technology safeguards to defend humanity from novel threats and to accelerate the Great Awakening. We market our solutions first on our open source intelligent media platforms and then strategic mainstream media platforms. And so they state that the operation Ingersoll Lockwood originated with knowledge passed on to S.G. Samuel Sr., who then shared what he described as the Great Awakening Plan, also known as the Plan for a New American Century, with Stephen Samuels. I'm just going to cut away to remind you the terminology Project for a New American Century has been debated heavily over the years since its inception around the year 2000-2001. It was thought to be a foreign policy initiative actually originated by previous Vice President Dick Cheney in 1992. Controversial because it was the peace through strength policy built on the belief that a sovereign, preeminent political power, such as the United States, has a responsibility to police the rest of the world, invading other countries that need to have regime change, all for the purpose of eliminating potential future terrorist threats. So I speculate that the terminology may have been co-opted by neocons from Stephen Samuels. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out as time and events unfold. So this board of directors is prominently listed. It's a lot of retired military personnel. The obvious implication is that these military personnel have the appropriate social networks to organize a movement that allows for the fulfillment of the mission of Ingersoll Lockwood, which will be to protect the world through the use of special trade secret intelligence team technology inventions. So given the implied link with John McAfee, we have two entire complete universes of possibility. In one universe, you have this list of great men, perhaps the original 17 team, working in connection with John McAfee, this famous board, the film animator known as DJ Nicke, all working in concert to accomplish the mission. And as mentioned before, Des plans to be involved too. And then you have the normie skeptical person's perspective that this website was thrown together by enterprising, tech-savvy Patriot 17 followers who use their web page making skills to create hyperlinks to legitimate defense websites for the purpose of establishing reputation through association. These prominent men in that theory, who I myself have vetted, at least some of them are real, would be from the association network of those cyber defense websites listed, names chosen to enhance legitimacy of the Ingersoll Lockwood website. This would mean that their names are being listed unwittingly and perhaps to their unawares entirely. So the question you might have is, does this website pass the smell test? From my personal perspective, is this website representing a secret military enterprise connected with John McAfee and the 17 group? Now, with as much skepticism as I have to conclude most likely yes, and really only for a few reasons. Let's look at the profile of Timothy J. Golden, U.S. Army, retired. Searching his name yielded this bio. Attorney Timothy J. Golden is an Army veteran, retired police officer, and former prosecutor. Attorney Golden has sworn to protect and defend the Constitution as a soldier, police officer, and now as an attorney for those accused of a crime. So my thinking is, if this man was named as being on the board of an organization of which he had no association, he would likely organize to send the web developer for Ingersoll Lockwood takedown notices, as he would know that by having his name on the web page, he is co-signing the Great Awakening and this web page of upcoming unreleased manuscripts, including Bloodthirsty Monsters or Beastly Bedtime Stories, 2024, or The First President of New America, Secrets of the Loquacious Luciferans. So this man, a veteran with high stature in society, as he is silent and he has not forced any removal of his name for misappropriation of alleged association, my conclusion is very high probability, over 80%, that he does co-sign with those things I've read to you, greatly increasing the probability that, as fantastic as this website seems, the site and this group of veterans are working together to save our nation through advanced artificial intelligence type technology. Counter arguments to that notion would be that he is an accomplice, but really an accomplice for psychological warfare against the Patriots, creating false faith in Ingersoll Lockwood defense security fake sites, among other digital shiny objects, to create the false expectation of special deadlines to salvation. The other counter argument is that Tiffany J. Golden is merely a ticking time bomb, because as soon as he realizes that his name is being misused in this way, he will address this website legally. I have read some of the bios of these other individuals, and I feel that the corroboration of the info provided in those bios suggests that the majority of these people are strong patriots who wouldn't mind being affiliated with a legitimate Ingersoll Lockwood enterprise. Now, due diligence for this investigation is rather simple. I anticipate there will be a follow-up video upload to establish that these men are indeed working together. So for the end of this video, I'll now just list off a litany of details that detractors would probably use to support their argument that somehow this website's a live action roleplay. Okay, so here we go. This is a cyber defense website. However, fun, fantastical terms such as time travelers, Easter eggs, and implication that these present day relevant works are somehow being held by a cyber defense focused company. That you have links to these web pages for the purpose of charitable donation, but the amount of money raised is very small for serious enterprise. Linking through Carbon Capture Shield should go to a web page describing how the business chose to affiliate with Ingersoll Lockwood. There should be a direct phone communication line to a desk, meeting schedule, event schedule, press release, and any other legitimizing interface. Alternatively, this link should go to a carboncaptureshield.com website that's very well fleshed out, showing the extent of the company's growth and other partners amongst the details I've already mentioned. But instead it goes directly to a donate page. The individual named in this donation page has had a previous association with Austin Steinbart. This from his Twitter account. As you see, it was suspended. I had replied to him, if he didn't, you would still have plenty bad to say of him, so this is just extra fuel for you. That said, thanks for your documentary. Hemp is an important medicinal food. So DJ Nicke, this important affiliate with the Ingersoll Lockwood website, had beef with Austin Steinbart, the previous alleged 17 commander from just last year, the date of this fallout being September the 5th. So the detractors would say, isn't this just a bit too much? You have all these 17 interested people working with retired military. The hope is if you analyze a given thing enough, any falsehoods and misrepresentations will soon fall under the weight of scrutiny. Some of these individuals, such as Stephen Samuels, the founding member, are also affiliated with a cyber defense website series. For proof, here we have Cyber Defense Magazine, division of Stephen G. Samuels, LLC. Apparently his LLC is based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, Ingersoll Lockwood appears to be based in Washington, D.C. I noticed that Nicke's fundraiser endeavor is also based in Washington, D.C. So that does kind of throw up a bit of a red flag. This website could very theoretically be completely contrived with organizations attached through the hyperlinks, but this particular thread of the board of directors naming the individuals founding Ingersoll Lockwood adds quite a bit of legitimacy because any of these individuals could defend against false association. So again, in conclusion, from my analysis, this IngersollLockwood.com website is likely to be legitimate. Likelihood could be converted to certainty with some additional due diligence. I myself am an extremely amateur open source intel investigator. There are some better internet sleuthers who could draw all of the needed connections legitimizing this enterprise. The association with the Great Awakening, the named individuals, Mr. Dez, Austin Steinbart, DJ Nicke, this Stephen G. Samuels, 3 different websites in the cybersecurity industry. All these associations are very intriguing. If verified, this is perhaps one of the most interesting websites on the entire internet. Anyhow, that's all that I have to say for now. Bye.